Hi guys, so very welcome to MenTour, yet another video podcast. As always, I hope you're all doing fantastic. So, I just wanted to make a short podcast, guys, to tell you something that's really important as the channel is growing bigger, okay? The background to me starting this channel in the first case was that I really wanted to answer questions that I knew that you guys had in a honest and unbiased way, okay, in a constructive and positive manner. That's the whole background to this channel and the reason that it exists in the first place. Now, when I'm doing that, it means that I am telling you guys experience that I have gained myself from my experience as a first officer, as a new captain, as an experienced captain, as a line trainer, and as a type rating instructor and examiner. Okay. Now, when I'm doing that, I will be taking excerpts out of actual line flying, so how things are happening on the line and what we actually do and how things actually work. Not what the theory is, but how I perceive it to actually work. And I might also give you some insights into how things work in the simulator and things like that. But this is really important that you remember, guys. I do not represent anyone else than myself in this, okay? I'm giving you my point of view, and there are many, many different points of views out there. So why am I saying this? Well, I want to make it absolutely clear to everyone that when I'm doing these videos for you guys, it's primarily for entertainment purposes and just for general information. It is not intended to be used as a manual for how to, for example, land an interview or do a skill test or something like that. It's supposed to give you some extra tools in your toolbox, but the toolbox needs to be filled with other things as well. You need to have input from different information channels, and then you have to use your own common sense and adapt to the situation. So my view on CRM, for example, and assertiveness and how to deal with things in the cockpit is based on me and my background as a Scandinavian pilot, okay? And we tend to be fairly soft in our approach to how we deal with people in the cockpit and how we communicate and so on. That might not be the case in other cultures, in other parts of the world. So a TRE that will be listening to my advice on how I would deal with a difficult situation based in, for example, Germany, might not agree exactly with my attitude and my way of doing things. The same if you would ask a captain coming from China or from Brazil or from the United States. We're all different. And what you get from me is my personal view, which is not intended to be the one and only way that things are being done. It's just one way of things, how things can be done. And then use your common sense. If you think that it sounds good, then by all means apply it. If you think that you would have to adapt yourself to the different culture that you might be in, then do so. But I think that it's really, really important, especially now since the channel is growing bigger, to really emphasize that I do this, guys, as a hobby project with your benefit in mind, but it is primarily an entertainment project. It is supposed to make you guys feel good and to give you an insight into the life of one airline pilot, not all airline pilots out there. I do recognize that what I think might not be shared with some other pilots in some other company or with someone with a different background and a different point of view. So just keep that in mind, guys, when you use the information that I'm giving you. Use my information, but also use information that you've gathered from the internet or you've gotten from other flight instructors or you have read up in official documents. And remember that this primarily is it's just a kind of peephole into the world and life of one airline pilot out there. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you guys. I will add an additional disclaimer onto my video saying that it is for entertainment and it's not to be used as a kind of rule book on how to succeed in life. It's just my point of view, and I'm hoping that it helps some of you guys because that's the intent of the channel. I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you have a fantastic day. I have more podcasts coming up, and as I have told you earlier, there is a big new project coming out that I think that you guys are really going to like, but it's still about a month away. Okay, so have a fantastic day, and I will see you